Welcome back to the Two Touch mini-series podcast where myself, Matty Downing, and my friend and business partner, Alex Woolerton, bring on some of our different friends that we have met from over our playing careers and our coaching careers as well. We're going to be speaking to coaches, we're going to be speaking to parents, we're going to be speaking to players, past and present, that we have had the pleasure of working with.
On today's episode, we're very lucky to be joined by Leeds United footballer Jamie Shackleton. Jamie's played over 100 times for Leeds, he's represented England at youth level, and not only that, he's also a very good friend of ours.
And what was it like playing under Bielsa?
Some of the more senior players spoke to me and they were like, don't worry, because you'll never ever in football work as hard as this again. And this is what I remember as the biggest knockback. Said you're going to be playing a year with the year below.
Best player you played against?
It'll be interesting to see if we ever get a guest on who can top that answer.
So, Jamie, how are you, first of all?
I'm very good, thank you, lads.
Good stuff. So, Jamie, obviously, I know quite a lot of our listeners will know exactly who you are. But how did it all start for you, kind of, you know, your footballing career? Where did that all start?
It started at school originally, just in the playground, and then one of the teachers there, I think, said to my mum, like, you should probably get him down to the local side because he's all right, get him playing regularly. Yeah. So I went down to Kipax Athletic,
nice,
which was the nearest team really.
What age was that?
I was 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Went down there, played for a year or two with them, and then sort of got picked up by Leeds at one of the galas.
Nice.
They spotted me and asked if I wanted to come train with them, and that's how the whole Leeds thing started.
Yeah, good, no, decent. Because obviously you and I were in the same age group. There's quite a few from your age group on there that have.
He was a big dog though. He came from Man U.
Yeah,
so.
he did actually, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But we were in different levels up until about 11, 12, I think it was. But I think probably we always used to say we almost had like a golden generation. Our age group was just. I mean, not only have we got players from it, but even just growing up, we rarely used to lose, did we? And
we were talking about it the other day. We were saying that how our youth cup team, especially no offence to you, especially when we were second years.
Yeah, and yeah.
But we went through the team and like our side was a joke.
Ludicrous how we didn't get.
And there's so many. Who still plays in that team? There is loads.
We've got lads playing Champ, League One, League Two.
Clarkey.
Clarkey.
That side was a joke. So how we went out in the first round, I'll never know. But
I know. I think sometimes you just have like a combination. Sometimes there's too many good players together, but I think obviously growing up we had a really good age group, but there probably wasn't anyone like in particular stand out. It was just all pretty much.
The whole team was solid.
And then just talk us through probably like that point where you started to think, you know, like I've got a bit of a chance here.
Well, the whole time you're in the academy, I reckon it gets like more and more serious. So obviously when you first join at like 9, 10s, you're aware that there is the whole contract thing, but it's still fun and you're playing with, with your mates every week. Yeah. And as you go through the age groups, you start to sort of like feel the importance more of getting that contract. And obviously as you get to 15s and 16s, and it's sort of like scholarship time, and then after that professional contracts, then you really start to realise that it's like, you know, this is now becoming a job rather than something. Obviously it's still fun, obviously I still love playing football, but as you get older you realise that it's a job, not just fun.
When was it when you actually made your debut for Leeds?
I was 18 and it was in...
you have to pretend like you don't know, mate. We know you know the time and the date.
It was August the 22nd. It was in Marcelo Bielsa's first season. Yeah. It was our second game of the season that year. Yeah. So.
And what was it like playing under Bielsa?
Hard work.
Hard work. Yeah.
Hard work.
Yeah.
Training was like so intense, and to be fair, I didn't even realise at the time how tough it was, because that was my first team manager, that I'd worked with and trained with.
Yeah.
So I didn't know whether that was like the norm.
Yeah, anything to compare it against almost. Yeah.
So I spoke to some of the like more senior players spoke to me, and they were like, don't worry, because you'll never ever in football work as hard as this again.
Crazy, isn't it?
And I've worked with managers since, and like training wise and stuff, I can confirm that I haven't matched that level of intensity in training yet. But that's just how different managers like to sort of do it, and that was his way. And you know, for so long it worked really well, and we were playing.
Well, I was just going to say, did you think it benefited you as a player, because you obviously went that season from not playing any first team football to how many you made 20, 30 appearances?
20, 30 appearances.
Yeah, so then it must have been the type of training and the way he played must have suited you to stay within that. Because it's one thing getting and making your debut, but you stayed within the team, didn't you?
Yeah, I think obviously it was all about like intensity, and it was big on like running more than the opposition. That was so important that we ran, that we sprinted.
No wonder he liked you then.
Yeah. Very good runner.
That we did all that stuff, and you know, that's something that I would say is one of my strong points. You know, intensity and being able.
Always has been, hasn't it? I remember in training, even when I was younger, like you'd just be bombing about everywhere. You'd get the ball, I'd be like, not Shackleton.
It could be my downfall sometimes, but I just dive into everything and 100% all the time. Just need to learn to chill out sometimes.
And obviously, you know, we kind of talked on there that kind of, you know, how you've progressed through the academy, and obviously it makes it sound like it just goes, you know, you literally just go like that. But we all know that's not the case. What are kind of some of maybe the tough, you know, periods, or maybe some lows that you've faced on that journey up towards where you're at the moment?
A couple, I'd say. When I was in the under 10s, they pulled me at the start of the season, and this is what I remember as the biggest like knockback, and said you're going to be playing a year with the year below, so you're going down for a full season to play with them. And at the time, I think I cried my eyes out.
I remember I played a year down with you. Well, you might have been there, but I played a year down with you boys with like Joel and Kitch and stuff like that, playing at and it was like, you think your world's coming to an end, don't you? Like,
you got friends in your age group, you think you're not good enough.
It's a bit like embarrassing. You're like, obviously 10 years old, that was it.
You see your age group going out to play a game, they turn right, you go left with the nines, and it's...
I cried, honestly, I cried for days, I remember. And anyway, that season, played, loved it. And the reason was because of my size, really. Like, still at that age, I was quite small. I was probably still smallest in the age group below, but...
Good job you've grown a lot.
Yeah, a bit. Anyway, I'd done that season, and then came back the following season, and like, obviously, a bit of growth and just like confidence in a way.
Confidence, yeah.
I ended up playing a lot of that season with the age group above. Right. So like, I went from playing under 9s football to under 12 football, like. But that was just a knock.
Whoever made that decision then is a worldy decision then to go from year down to year up within the space of a year.
I owe that one to Alan Parks.
I think it is a big one though, and particularly for like some of the the kids and parents that listen. It's like people grow, don't they, and mature at different ages. Just because maybe your son or daughter is maybe playing a year down at 8, 9, it doesn't mean, does it, that they are any less capable. It's just at that time.
I think that's the best thing that happened in the academy. And at the time, obviously gutted. It was a setback, but it was a setback to then. Yeah,
to then propel you back up. No, good stuff. And obviously, spent loads of time at Leeds as a lad, and obviously being there all the way through your career so far. You got any kind of, put you on the spot a little bit, any crazy stories that kind of you've come across? It could be something funny, it could be something that.
Tell you what, I've got a few of them. I won't mention on camera, but...
We're allowed to talk about Zanti, or...
I keep my videos to myself, I think.
Oh shit, I know exactly. If we're talking, I don't know, within the football club, funny stories. I don't know. The first person that springs to mind is Kitch. Just like
Yeah, Liam Kitchen.
What a character.
If you listen, this
Yeah.
is someone who we should probably interview, but
I'll
I think I have to fight him first.
I'll send him this. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was just had a bit of a screw loose, didn't he? Like,
Yeah.
he just didn't want to get on the wrong side of Kitch, and did.
I think that's what you don't realise. I think even when we've always got mates like yourself who have gone on to play like top level, we've also got lads who are out, but everyone seems to say like that era of like under 18s, it's just like a priceless time.
When
in
you
your
find
life.
out about everyone,
It's the dressing room. You're with each other every day. You're in the education rooms. You're training, doing jobs together, and like the different personalities is just it's crazy. Isn't it?
I was saying to Moles, my partner, literally, I think it was yesterday or the day before, how good under 18s football is.
Yeah.
It's unreal, isn't it?
It's
Well,
just you don't get that feeling.
That
No.
2 years, whether you like it or not, the people you're around with then is like your family, innit? You spend more time with
Yeah.
them, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
You're there like
We-
9
And you
till
know
6.
just how to get under each other's skin.
All the
It's
time,
like just
yeah.
so easy as well.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, we had a good group.
Yeah, no, good stuff. And obviously, going back towards the kind of footballing stuff, and obviously, Al's mentioned at the start, you've been lucky enough to play for England. What age group was that at?
That was in the under 20s.
In the 20s.
that I
And
joined
how did that call up come about? Were you expecting it a little bit, or was it just a little bit out of nowhere, or?
A little bit out of nowhere. That was at the end of the first season that I'd been involved with the first team, and that ended like quite disappointingly. We got
Yeah.
beaten in the playoffs. And then pretty much the week after that, so I was a bit down after that.
Yeah.
So I played in those games, so it felt like it
You're more part of it,
Yeah.
aren't you? And you feel a bit more
Yeah,
accountable.
so-
Yeah.
a week after that, really, because she got a call and said there's a tournament in Toulon, and we'd like you to come out with us, and it's an opportunity to
Yeah,
play
no,
for England.
What was that like? Was it just crazy, or was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So obviously 3 weeks straight out in France, and got the chance to play with some players. Now we were.
Which players were there then?
In that team, we had Conor Gallagher, who obviously now is playing
Yeah.
for the England senior team.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah,
Yeah.
Eze,
Nice.
Some good players in there.
Did you notice?
Reece James.
It's interesting because you'll have gone from a first team environment where you've got a mixture of young players, men. You then go into an environment where it's everyone your age.
Yeah.
But it's obviously like the best crop of players your age. We're all probably playing first team football at a different level. Do you notice like a different in the games? Was the intensity different? Was it the same?
Pretty similar, to be fair. I think
Was
a
it?
few of the lads that were there were playing, or majority actually were probably playing first team football in the Championship.
Yeah.
There was a couple that were, hovering around Premier League first teams and 23s and stuff, but the majority, like I think at that season, Reece James was at Wigan. That was at the end of that season. So, and Conor Gallagher, he was playing in the Championship that year. So a lot of them were sort of used to Championship football.
Yeah.
So, but obviously a lot of top players, and the standard of training and the games was pretty high.
Yeah, I suppose you've got to pinch yourself as well, haven't you? Because like you said, you're under 9s, you're playing the year down at Leeds, and you just playing like at your local groups at Kipats, and then fast forward 10 years, playing for England, you're playing for Leeds in the playoffs, and the season before you're playing the 18s, 23s.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how it goes so fast.
Yeah, 100%. I think sort of how quick it went from 23s to being on the pitch for the first team was even a little bit of a shock for me. And I think sometimes that's just down to some things like a change of manager, like that manager come in and took pre-season and watched the training, and he thought I'd done enough to get a chance and to play some games. But before that, did I see that happening so quickly?
Yeah.
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
No, good stuff. And obviously, you've had some fantastic achievements already in the game. Like, obviously, playing for England, playing so many games for Leeds. What are kind of your personal aims over the next kind of 6 months, year, 2 years? What's kind of your aims from a footballing point of view?
It would be to play. I don't know how many appearances you said, but
I think you've got over 100, mate. 100, yeah. I didn't count. I did my research. Over 100.
No, but it's to play as many games as possible.
Yeah.
Like there's no feeling like playing football every single week and sort of, you know, looking forward to the match days and stuff like that. So it's to play football and maybe add a few more goals to my game. Lacking them, I think.
To speak to you,
them appearances and.
I can show you a few tricks, man. I've got a few this year.
I think I went through a phase in like under 14s where I think me and you actually we were having like a top scorer battle. I ended up with like 40 odd goals, but.
I think I'm still waiting for my England under 21 days as well. Where did it go wrong?
No, good stuff. And obviously we put the podcast out and kind of the mini-series out to try and speak obviously to the parents that we've got and some of the kids, and obviously we're always speaking with the parents, always speaking with the kids, but what kind of advice would you give first of all to those kind of to the kids that are wanting to maybe one day be a footballer? What advice would you, or the best advice that you could give to them?
To be fair, we've kind of mentioned it. It would just really be that along the way to getting to where you want to be, you are going to have like setbacks, and it's not just constantly going to be like this. But just really not get yourself, too down or upset. It's all right for me to say I was upset at the time, but not take it too heavily, and hopefully get back on that track. And the same with the good things, like don't get too over the top if something goes well, because things can change change really quickly. But if you keep sort of a level,
I think you've always been quite good at that, even knowing you just throughout. Like you've always been quite like reserved, just steady. Like, I remember if you ever played well, you'd be like, yeah. Or even if you had a bit of a stinker. I never used to say anything. Never used to say anything to you, mate. But you were a bit too relaxed for my liking.
No, I think that would be my like main bit of advice. Yeah, just keep it level and keep your head down and work hard.
No, good stuff. And I know that obviously, you've recently just become a father yourself, so congrats for that.
Thank you very
much. Congratulations,
congrats.
mate.
And
a few sleepless nights.
How's it going?
Here soon, I tell you now.
All going all right though. All good.
Really good, mate.
Good man, good. And obviously we work with our parents all the time. What type of advice would you kind of give to your parents, even from what from your mum? Like, what was she like with you kind of growing up while you were playing?
Never really put. I think it's important that you don't put too much pressure on your kids, and my mum was never on at me, and never always supportive. There's enough in football. There's enough pressure from other places. So
said before, we've said
to get it from the people close to you as well. It's just not really. Yeah. Doesn't help too much. So.
Yeah. No, good stuff. Good. No, lovely. Anything else from you? Anything else you wanted to?
No, I just think it's nice to actually just be able to listen to you, just be so chilled about the whole situation, because we speak to kids now and they see football if we ever get footballers coming down, or they see footballers, they see it as just some crazy hobby and job. But me and you was in similar situations. You was the same as any other lad at Kippax playing in your footy. And then, like you said, it was just a pretty steady ride. And then you got to 16, 17 and you just sort of got your head down, worked hard, and somehow... and you're doing it for a job now. Like you said, it is a job, but it's one that you enjoy, and there's not many better jobs that you could be doing.
For sure. I think kind of all I know now.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the norm. And
well, when you get to 35, mate, give me and him a ring and we'll sort you out.
No, lovely. Obviously, thank you so much for your time, Shax. But before you do go, you got to face my quick-fire questions, so I'm just going to fire them at you. You're going to give me some little 1-2 word answers max, all right? So we'll start with favourite food.
Fish and chips.
Nice. Favourite song?
I'll just say Chris Brown, because...
Yeah, any Chris Brown. Yeah. We'll go with that. Favourite football team?
Leeds.
Night in or night out?
Scissors here somewhere.
Check the shoulder.
Like him.
He likes a
film?
night out. I know he likes a night out.
Favourite film?
Happy Gilmore.
Nice.
First one that comes to my head.
Nice. I like
that
that.
could be
It's a
rash
good
when you
film,
look
know. Best player you played with?
Rafinha.
Best player you played against?
Must have had a few.
Ronaldo.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you
was
play
at Man
Ronaldo?
United.
Did you play Leeds
Yeah.
Man U?
It's not bad, that is.
Came off the bench and was on the pitch at the same time. Didn't get to go near him, so I can't say it was.
It'll be interesting to see if we ever get a guest on who can top that answer.
That is pretty good, isn't it?
Honestly, mate, in the tunnel and that before the game, he's just got this like
Aura.
like his own teammates, staff, everybody's just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's crazy.
Did you go near him at all, or did you just?
Nah, too shy.
Yeah.
My brother's like, you get his shirt? I'm like, no.
I couldn't speak.
Mad. Go on then, your favourite footballer or sporting idol?
Floyd Mayweather.
Nice.
Interesting,
Nice.
yeah.
Any reasoning behind that? Or?
Just think he's like calm with it, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah, no.
He loves the calm shower, doesn't he?
Just steady, relaxed. Most famous in your contacts?
most famous.
Yeah.
It would probably be Rafinha again,
Yeah.
or Michael Owen.
Michael. Not bad, is it? Not bad. Dinner with 3 famous people.
Kevin Hart. Just for banter. Have Chris Brown again.
Yeah.
I'm rushing here, but
No females.
nope. she's still here. And the third one, I don't know, Messi.
Decent. Favourite or dream holiday destination?
Hawaii.
Nice.
And
nice.
go-to
Chill.
karaoke song?
Valerie. Amy Winehouse.
Decent.
That one I can answer
Decent.
quick.
Wow.
It's
Well,
a good set of answers, that one, isn't it?
it's a great set. I can't get over the Ronaldo one. I never knew you played against Ronaldo. Well, Shats, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate, to have you on. I'm sure parents, players that we have, even coaches and other players will really appreciate you coming on and answering our questions.
No, thank you for having me.
And hopefully we'll do it again soon. And before we finish, mate, it is a ritual that every guest takes part in a little 2-touch, you know the drill challenge. So we're going to take you on to pitch 2, and we're going to put you through some little shooting drills, if that's all right.
Shooting. Right, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Sounds good.
Go on then.
Welcome to our 2-touch, you know the drill. 5 different shooting challenges. 3 shots into the big goal against my goalkeeper, Matty. And there's also going to be 2 different types of finishes into the 2 mini goals. So come take a look. Off we go. Yes, round this little shots. Good little pass first time into the mini goal. Good, yes, drop back onto the flat mark here.
Yeah.
First time into the big goal for me. Lucky, yes,
whiskers.
round the right.
Side, yeah?
Yeah. Right, settle if you need to. Not bad technique, yes, drop on in, yes, onto this flat. Take a touch if you need to.
Nah.
Oh.